We're here for season 4 of our fantasy baseball draft spectacular here on 3 Up, 3 Down. For those of you who don't know, my fiance Alexis and I each do a fantasy draft each year and compete each other to see who can be the best at fantasy baseball. We've done 3 years, but you guys have only actually seen the first 2. Season 3 kind of got mixed up along the way with a lot going on. As you guys, we know we were moving. There's been a lot going on in life. So season 3 just didn't get edited as well as I would have hoped. And so it didn't really make it to video. So we're back for what we're going to call season 4, but really season 3. And this is where we're at. So just so you guys understand, it's a standard Yahoo draft, snake draft. Alexis and I are in different leagues. Okay. So there is sometimes overlap of players, and for the most part, I track both teams through the year and we see who does the best. We've both always finished in the top to make the playoffs. So we've always had a good competition that way. Alexis actually in her first year won not only our competition, but won her league. In year 2, neither of us won the league, but once again, she won the competition. I will say season 3, it's not on camera. She won the league,
Yeah.
or she didn't win her league, but she won again. I think she finished second actually last year. So I think she's actually gone first.
3.
I think she's actually gone first, third, second in her first 3 years. So this year it's a little bit different because of life it's going on right now. We're actually doing her draft first, and I'll just say this draft is taking place in early March, which is pretty early for fantasy baseball, but life is happening and we have to make this work now. So this is when it's being recorded. You guys will see this much later, but you can follow along with this to see who is going to win this year. And you can follow along with Alexis' draft. Her draft is always far more popular than my draft. So I'll be letting her take it away. And she has the number 7 pick. We do know that as it's ticking down here. So she's got the number 7 pick. For those of you who've been here in the past, you almost guarantee you know who she's going to take first pick, provided he's there. but we're going to save that until that moment happens, because if he's not there, I have a good feeling who else she's going to take. And yeah, we'll see what it is. So stay tuned with this. We're going to go through her team pick by pick and give a little baseball analysis along the way for you to help out with your baseball draft this year.
You're good. It is my turn to draft. We already know who I want to pick. It is your boy, Vladdy. My tried and true. If you're watching this, Vladdy, I love you.
So Vladdy is once again for the 4th year in a row. Team Alexis takes Vladdy first round, which this year, I guess, in fantasy baseball is a bit of a stretch, but her other guy might still be here in about 4 or 5 picks, so we'll wait and see.
It's my turn to pick again.
Round 2 for Alexis.
We are going with Corbin Carroll, who we had the privilege of seeing live when we took our trip to Arizona.
So Corbin, second round. So Alexis gets the 2 people she probably most wants, Vladdy and Corbin.
Oh, there's a top 3.
There's a top 3.
We need Sal too.
There's another one as well. There's a couple others that are must gets, but yes, there we have it. Vladdy and Corbin Carroll. And the interesting thing with Vladdy this year is you can actually play him at third base in fantasy, which actually really helps because first base and third base are not as deep as they used to be. So that's a very, very lucky selection. So there you have her first 2 picks.
Bryce, I guess.
You know Bryce?
Bryce is a staple around here, okay? Bryce is a name we like in this house. So you talk.
So Alexis in 3rd round went with Bryce Harper, who's going to land his utility right now, but Bryce Harper can fill at first base and Vlad can shift over to 3rd. So this is not a problem at all yet because of the flexibility. So another offensive player for Team Alexis. And we know Bryce Harper, when healthy, can be an MVP candidate every single year. He's done it twice before. So some more legitimate power to add to this. And remember, Corbin Carroll's the stolen base guy, which balances off with Bryce and Vlad right now. So we're looking to the next round. Okay, that brings us to round 4 for Team Alexis. You're favoring pitcher, you said right now?
Yes.
Is that the guy you're thinking?
Yeah, we need another pitcher.
So we need
the quickest.
Need the first starting pitcher. We need a pitcher, so it's going to be Corbin Burns. Of course, Arizona. He's new to Arizona this year. He was in Baltimore last year. But definitely a big fan. So Corbin Burns is going to be the first starting pitcher for Team Alexis.
So it's controversial?
Yeah.
Should we pick a controversial?
Do you want to pick a controversial?
Okay, guys, I'm going to pick a controversial player just because I recognize the name and we're running out of time on this pick.
So it's going to be Jose Altuve.
Don't hate me.
For the first time ever on the fact that Corey Seager got picked the pick before, and Corey Seager has been a staple on Team Alexis. But Jose Altuve, will fill in the second base spot. He's also going to play outfield this year, so he's going to get that other position added in probably the first couple weeks of the season. So he's going to be a second base / outfield this year. So it's just another player that plays a bunch of different positions and helps that way as well. And makes it a little easier for Team Alexis. So you get 5 picks to the next one.
What's about Logan Webb? I recognize that
Logan
name.
Webb was a San Francisco Giant. He's a pretty good starter.
We're going with him.
You like him?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, everybody. It's my turn again.
And Team Alexis is going to take, I'm going to stretch a little bit for a starter in Logan Webb. Alexis really likes Logan Webb. Throws 200 innings every year. Maybe not the biggest strikeouts, but you know what you're going to get in Logan Webb. So he balances off with Corbin Burns. I was thinking Corbin Carroll. All the Corbins out in Arizona balances out quite well. So there you have it, Logan Webb. So it's round 7, and Team Alexis is taking a player that when she has him, she wins the league. When she doesn't have him, she doesn't win the league. So you're going to pick
Salvador Perez.
And so Sal will fill in the catcher role. He hits 25 home runs every year. He can close to 100 RBIs. He gets to play some first base as well. So we know Sal's going to play more games than the average catcher. So Salvador Perez it is.
All right, everybody. We're going to do a shout out to my Nana, Jackie, and I will pick her favorite player of all time.
Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette's going to be the shortstop for Team Alexis. The now shaven Bo Bichette, no longer with the flowing locks. So Bo Bichette is going to be the shortstop. So Team Alexis is filled in pretty much every position minus the outfield, and we're going to have to get some more pitchers, of course, in particular relief pitchers. But there you have it, Bo Bichette, bounce back year for Team Alexis.
All right, everybody, we're back.
And in round 9 it is. Round 9, needing a pitcher. Team Alexis is going to take
Peralta.
Freddie Peralta has been on the team. I think this is now the third time for Freddie Peralta, and he was unhealthy 1 year, healthy last year for you, so he had the 200 strikeouts, and we're going to assume healthy again this year. So now she has the starters of Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, and Freddie Peralta. Probably looking for a relief pitcher, maybe an outfielder, but probably a relief pitcher in the next pick.
All right, everybody. We're picking Alexis Diaz for my relief pitcher. Need I say more? The name is Alexis. Like, how we got to stick together.
So Team Alexis picks Alexis. Alexis Diaz is going to be that consistent saves category for Team Alexis. Cincinnati, who knows what they're going to be this year? By now, you've probably seen my prediction video. If you haven't, go watch it. But Alexis Diaz is going to be on Team Alexis. So we'll probably continue looking at some pitchers and looking to fill some outfield positions. So pick number 11 for Team Alexis has a lot of the lineup filled out, still some outfield holes, and then some pitching spots to be filled in. So Team Alexis is going to pick
Hunter Green.
So Cincinnati Reds. So another combination of the Cincinnati Reds, a lot of strike, a really, really good year, breakout year for Hunter Green. He got hurt right at the end of last year, so only 150 innings, but he is a strikeout guy. So Hunter Green comes to Team Alexis, combining with Cincinnati's Alexis Diaz. So we have a little combination there. Okay, so we are in round 12. So Team Alexis is going to pick
Shane McClanahan.
Which is a little surprising that yes, he was hurt all of last year. I understand this, but Shane McClanahan is one of the best in baseball. I remember 2 years ago he started the All-Star game. And every year, Team Alexis has a Shane on the team.
I have to.
And it's McClanahan this year. It has been Bieber in the past. So it's McClanahan, back to McClanahan this year to add. So a very starting pitchers has now Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, Freddie Peralta, Hunter Green, and Shane McClanahan. That is a very, very good set of starting pitchers to go with the reliever, Alexis Diaz. Okay, so that brings us back to round 14 for Alexis. She's going to take
Jeff Hoffman.
Toronto Blue Jays expected closer. The big thing with him, he's got lots of strikeouts, and if he loses the job, we can figure out pretty easily who is going to replace him because it's not like we follow the Blue Jays around here. You want
I want
Josh Lowe. So we're going to add Josh Lowe to fill out the outfield. So then it'll just be any hitter we want and one more pitcher for Team Alexis before we fill out the bench. So Josh Lowe goes in the outfield.
Robbie Ray.
Robbie Ray.
Robbie Ray. Look at that smile.
We're going to go with
Robbie
Ray. So Robbie Ray has been hurt last year, most of last year. He did pitch 30 innings. He is healthy again. He'll be healthy from the start of the year. Pitching in San Francisco, for those who don't know, is a very good place to pitch in terms of being a pitcher because it's really hard to hit home runs there. So we're going to take Robbie Ray, the former Cy Young winner. So that kind of rounds out the pitching for Team Alexis. So we are definitely turning our attention to the hitting for the next little bit. So round 17 for Team Alexis, bounced around some hitters. You've decided to take Dansby Swanson. Care to tell them why?
Because Chapman got taken. But also because he kind of looks like my brother. So I trust that face. That face is trustworthy.
Dansby Swanson is going to be a utility for Team Alexis. So we'll look to add one more here soon.
We'll change it up.
Okay, so pick number 18 is going to be
Colton Cowser
from the Baltimore Orioles, kind of replacing Santander from last year. Yep. And someone likes cows, so we're taking Cowser. So Colton Cowser is is technically the first utility because Harper will move into the spot there. I know he's going to appear on the bench, but that is the last kind of starting hitter. So now we'll fill in the bench with 5 players for Team Alexis. Okay, so we're going to go in the round 19, a young player who can play multiple positions, second, short, outfield, Ceddanne Rafaela. If you watch any of my previous videos, which you should be, subscribe to the channel. He is one of my picks for breakout hitter this year in my mind because of the ability to really play the ball well in Boston. So Ceddanne Rafaela. I don't know if it's Ceddanne or Ceddanne. I say Ceddanne. Some people say Ceddanne. You have Rafaela. He can play second. He can play short. He can play the outfield.
I didn't know about the breakout hitters.
That's what
I only sometimes watch his videos.
So round 20, looking for a backup third baseman. And keeping in mind, these are players that can be very easily dropped to. We're going to go with Ryan McMahon in Colorado. Great place to hit. So he gets 20 home runs every year in Colorado. And there's always a chance that Ryan McMahon to be traded to an even better team this year. They never want to, but maybe this is the year too. So Ryan McMahon kind of acts as a backup third baseman. So round 21, Team Alexis loves to have their backups to every position. So we need a backup catcher. So Gabriel Moreno from the Arizona Diamondbacks to the backup catcher to Sal. And when you have off days and that, or Gabby can go in for Sal and Sal could go to first. And Team Alexis always has way too many options for every position. If somebody gets hurt, you don't have to go and pick somebody up because there's already a backup in place. So there's Gabriel Moreno to be that backup catcher, leaving 2 bench place positions that are probably going to be pitchers to fill in. So you got a couple extra pitchers for backup.
Okay, we're going to go with Taj Bradley because look at that smile.
Taj Bradley is going to be the round 22 pick. More strikeouts and innings last year for Tampa Bay in his first full season. Guarantee he's going to be starting for them this year. So Taj Bradley is joining Team Alexis. There you go.
All right.
It's last pick time, and it's going to be
Merrill Kelly.
Arizona Diamondbacks starter to fill in the rest of the bench. So that will bring us to the end. One thing we did notice is the scoring is different this year. I don't know what Yahoo's doing. This kind of looks like fantasy football, not fantasy baseball. So going to be a little bit of new for both of us this year. But we will show you Team Alexis here. Where are you? Right there. So Team Alexis, Salvador Perez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., as always, Jose Altuve, Ryan McMahon, Bo Bichette, Corbin Carroll, Dylan Cruz, Josh Lowe, Bryce Harper, Dansby Swanson, Colton Cowser, Ceddanne Rafaela, and Gabriel Moreno for hitters. And then the pitching, as they get a little bigger, Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, Alexis Diaz, Jeff Hoffman, Freddie Peralta, Hunter Green, Shane McClanahan, Robbie Ray. On the bench, Taj Bradley and Merrill Kelly. So there you have it for Team Alexis. So we're going to be going against each other this year. I will be doing my draft after hers, but you guys, I'm not even sure what order you guys are going to see it in. You'll probably see Team Alexis first. So we hope you really enjoy this type of content. We hope you subscribe to the channel. And as always, we greatly appreciate all your guys' support. So until next time, take care, everyone.